Hey guys! So one question that gets asked numerous times and Googled probably every day is what is the difference between an overcast stitch and an overhand stitch? And I am about to answer that question for you now, and I'll show you how to do both of those. So let's get started. To start off, I'm going to show you the overcast stitch. It's mainly used to finish off raw edges to prevent them from raveling. It can be used for other things too, but the main point in it, it's kind of like the whip stitch, but it's not really meant for attaching anything. So I'll just, for my example, I've got my thread knotted and through the needle. Pull it through, then go at an angle, and then if you go straight in like this, your thread should be at about an angle from you going straight in. Because when you sew in a row at an angle, every time you stitch, one side will be diagonal and the other will be straight. That's the main goal. So with the overhand stitch, or sorry, the overcast stitch that I'm showing you now, it's diagonal on the side that, well, it's diagonal on the top side, whichever side you want to be on the top. It doesn't really matter since this stitch is not really for show, it's just for like convenience. And if you can, try to at least like eyeball the distance between those and try to, like, I know I wasn't extremely paying attention here, so mine aren't so close to even, but try to get even spacing in between each of the stitches. And you don't have to pull it so tight that it kind of rolls over. And just as long as the thread is around the edge, it will be protecting the fabric from unraveling. And that's the point. And then I'm just going to go over here under the stitch, and so that I've got the loop here, and make sure that the loop is crisscrossed there. Pull through, and there's your knot. And this is your overcast stitch. Now we go for the overhand stitch. Overhand stitch is mainly for holding like two finished edges together, like if you were gonna put, as I've got here, ribbon, or if you were gonna put lace maybe, to attach it to some fabric. But I will show you with this grosgrain ribbon that I happen to have here. So, once again, with a thread and needle, I'll go in. And this is actually going to be kind of backwards from the Overcast Stitch, and how it's to be straight stitches on the side with the trim that you're attaching, and diagonal on the back. And also try to stitch like really close to the edge. Like, make sure you at least do fit, like catch the fabric and the trim, but maybe like as little as like a millimeter, or like a 1/16 of an inch, whichever system of measurements you're most familiar with. I actually get sometimes the like 1/16 of an inch and millimeter mixed up, as you may have just noticed. So also, to get the angle in the back, pull the thread straight this way, and then have the needle angled to where the next stitch you want that to be. And there we have the overhand stitch. One other stitch that can get mixed up and confused with like overcast and overhand is the overlock stitch. So it can be called also, due to other manufacturers, a serger or a marrow machine. This one here is this Baby Lock brand, but the Overlock machines give off this finished stitch. And there's a little like razor blade here that cuts, and the stitches go over the edge, like so. And this is the overlock stitching. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thanks for watching.